Okay, good morning. I actually have a sip to sip. Wait. There you go. The sponsored shot. Welcome, welcome. I think I saw a resub or something in the feed earlier, so thank you to whoever resubbed. Konnichiwa. Good morning. Let me just make sure I've got everything set up here. It is still incredibly hot even after the typhoon passed through and we had 2 earthquakes in a row. Ready to suffer in 2 languages? I'm always ready to suffer in 2 languages. Maybe even 3 languages. Let's see. I think we need to do the mess hall because you get orders from this and I haven't been doing it. We did this before. I think we went through this otokukan, which is like get more.
そう考えるとカレンはさすがだな。あのテクニック見習いたいものだが。二人とも一体何の話をしてるんだ？あらクロード、ガールズトークに混ざりたいの？
You want in Mazaritai no? I would have gone with like girls talk. Why do you want to join in? I don't like want in. It's kind of weird.
ごめん、そんな話だとは思わなくて。
He doesn't say private too. He says, "Oh, I didn't realize it was something like that."
レイリー、クロードをからかうのはよせ。
Yeah. For God's sake, stop. We did this one before because we didn't have the XP to actually get the order, but this quit torturing the poor boy is not. It's not there. It's just they stop teasing Claude.
ごめん。ラグナエイドについて話していたんだ。この前習得した応急処置はいざという時の奥の手でしょ？普段使うのはラグナエイドだけど、回復量が物足りないのよね。
This is actually not for the rest of us, but it's like the normal Ragnade that we use isn't always enough.
確かに支援兵に比べると僕たち戦闘員の回復量はどうしても見劣りするね。
And then it's the whole engineers versus support kind of thing, which they've talked about before.
もっとお得感が欲しい。そう思って増幅装置を考えたんだけど、どう？
Yeah, this money's worth is not necessarily what they're going for here. Otoku can be like get your money's worth because it's like you're getting more, but the bad localization and the bad puns, which pass. I'm gonna pass on that. I think it's the bad localization. This handy dandy is not there and money's worth is not there because it's otokukan, which is like I want to get more out of it. In this context, it's really just I want to get the most out of the Ragnade that we're using.
発明熱に火がついちゃってるけど大丈夫かな。この前も爆発したし。
Yeah, this handy dandy thing is not there. I'm getting deja vu because we definitely went over this before, but they really just set up this handy dandy thing and then used it again, acting like it's actually in the script.
これを使えば一時的に回復量を増やせるわ。いや、安全リミッター解除の弊害はあるかもだけど。
Yeah, this ignore the muscle spasms is not there. It's and to be honest, the phrasing of boost your healing power is kind of awkward, especially in as diegetic dialogue, right? Like it's referring explicitly to stuff in the game. It's a kaifuku ryoku, kaifuku ryoku, which is like literally healing power, but this should be like should, you know, temporarily increase or decrease recovery time, or you know, increase. I mean, healing power is not bad. It's just like they have to make a decision if they want to. They have to make a decision if they want to have the dialogue be like fully diegetic or not. Like, which way are you gonna lean on it? Because they do the same thing in like the level up screen where they'll say level up. Yo, what up? Hey ya. I can never say your name right. Shie Kenso. Shie Kenso? Something like that. But like in the level up screen, they can't decide if they want to actually say level up, so they'll say like, oh, your troops like passed a new limit. But then for this, they'll talk about like healing power. We're ignoring the muscle spasms line because it's not there.
最後小声で何か言ったよね。
10k for healing boost.
そうこなくっちゃ。早速実験じゃなかった。実践投入よ。
Yeah, this is a really missed opportunity because the line here is not like experiment on a person. Kensou to kensu demo ii. Da kensou de ikou. Kensou. So like, this is weird because it's a missed opportunity to actually use the line. Instead of experiment on, it should be alright, so now we can finally test it on the battlefield. I mean, use it on the battlefield. Like it's a layup. It's so easy. Right? She's like, oh, great, now I can finally test it on the use it on the battlefield. That was it. Super easy. I wonder if it'll give me another one.
今は誰もいないみたいだな。
Damn, that hits hard. Me too, Claude.
休憩は
Not like this. Game's too realistic. I can't play this anymore. What are you doing, bud?
それでは訓練を始めましょう。
Cats. Somebody at my door. 1 second. The cats are staring at something. What are you doing? Cats.
どの陛下を訓練されますか？
Yeah, who will it be today is not correct either. It should be like which group of troops, like which squad. Yeah, they are watching Ghosts again. What are you doing, buddy? Baby. Oh, snipers are way down. That's not good.
さあ。 やりましたね。レベルアップです。
Yeah, see, like, you're a level higher. They don't decide if they're going to actually, like, use it that way or not.
皆さん。
It's odd.
今日はここまで。
I guess we have to do... I should have done this off stream, but I'll just quickly check if there's... God damn it, there are upgrades.
でき。
Kind of need to do them. Clip side. That still bothers me. So how are you guys doing? Jeez, my voice cracked there. How are you guys doing? We survived the overnight hike. I did actually run into... I'm fairly confident that on the way back there was a bear. Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah. So like as I was hiking off of the summit there for anyone who was at the IRL stream, there was a like a very large rustling in the bushes, or like I don't know if you call it like the bushes, just like the side of the path, and it started moving towards the path. I didn't hear any growling or snuffling or anything like that, but it was big. It was not a small thing. And as it came close to the path, I just kind of yelled, like, hey, and it like ran off. Like, you know, I heard it, you know, quickly change directions and head back into the woods. But the thing that makes me think it was a bear is not maybe like 5 minutes later, the same thing came back towards the path. Like, and started moving quite quickly towards the path. Like, I could hear it kind of charging, almost like a false charge. And so I yelled again, and it quickly ran off again. But, you know, deer don't do that. Typically. You know, once you scare off a deer, they're not going to come back close to you again. They just don't, you know, they get scared and they run off, and that's it. A bear will be curious and, like, come back. So that's why I think it might have been a bear. Alright, now we're going to play the actual portion of the game. The cat would go out of the way. What are you doing? Oh, I don't like that noise. Sure, you don't need to answer that. 応答しなくていいのか. Hold on, let me pull up the script just so we've got everything. Because I feel like... Actually, hold on, let me get past this. That's a very annoying sound. Now I can pull it up. Let's see. Come on. Windows IME, I'm begging you. Windows IME, why are you like this? There we go, finally. Okay. Jeez. We're calling about the extended warranty on your tank. Yeah. 随分な言いようだ. 随分な言いようだ. I don't know if I would... I don't... That's a bit cold. 随分の言いようだ. It should be a like... I don't know. This is more like what's gotten into you almost, or it's not cold. It's like that's some way to speak to me, right? Like almost like, you know, that's not like you, or he's expressing kind of astonishment that she would talk to him like that. Wow, yeah. They've broken this up into 3 sentences to make her sound stronger, but I don't like the way that they've done this. Like, stop deflecting, I want an answer, that's why I'm here. But what she said was just one sentence. そんなことより答えて、私はそのためにここにいるの. Which is more like, forget about that. I need an answer, that's why I'm here. It should be one sentence, not 3. It kind of messes things up to have it 3. Like, this stop deflecting is too strong for そんなことより. She is saying, like, I don't care about that, or, you know, that doesn't matter, but yeah, the full stops should definitely be commas. Yo, what up, Berman? Also, what up, Gino? Yeah. See, they say the comet, but the Japanese says sambankan. Like, they don't have a name for it here. I don't think you can fairly replace, like, the sinking of the 3rd ship was an accident with the sinking of the comet. I don't know if that's acceptable. I kind of don't think it
お前
is.
の艦への攻撃も俺が指示したわけではない。未熟なバルキュリアの暴走だ。
I don't like Bolso for tantrum. Mijukuna for immature. The phrasing of this is kind of awkward. Like, I didn't order them to attack your ship either. Should be, let's see. お前への攻撃も俺が指示したわけではない。未熟なバルキュリアの暴走だ。Yeah, I wouldn't make. I'm not. It might actually be the name of the ship. I don't remember if they mentioned it being like the Comet or whatever, but he didn't say the Comet. He said the third ship. This should be like the attack on your ship wasn't something I ordered either. It was a untested or yeah, I would go with untested. Mijuku is kind of like immature, but in this context, Mijuku is more like untested rather than immature, in my opinion. I don't think immature carries the same weight in English. Like, we don't use it the same way. There's more of a untested, there's more of a like not ready. And I don't think tantrum is correct because it's bolso, which is kind of like to get out of control. So it's more like an untested Valkyrie, because I don't like Valkyria. Valkyrie went out of control.
だが、あれでお前にも分かっただろう。
あれでお前にも分かったろ。Yeah. You're a loose cannon. Hand in your lance and your shield. No! Boss house only 2 weeks away from retirement. Yeah, the full meaning of the full meaning of immature makes sense. Like, literally immature, like an immature plant. We would say that, but especially in the terms of like human, like people, when we say immature, it definitely sounds like disposition rather than like tested.
あれはあってはならない。人の手に余る危険で残酷な兵器なのだと。
危険な残酷な兵器なの。Wow, this line needs a little bit of attention. 人に余る危険で残酷. I don't know if I would go with cruel here for zankoku. I think this should be like merciless or brutal or something like that rather than cruel. あってはならない is definitely like, I don't think aren't meant to exist is correct. It should be those things is again a little bit of a read. Also, how's the sound? Like, adjusting my microphone here. It's not necessarily like aren't meant to exist. Those things. It's more like あってはならない is like can't be allowed to exist. Those I would actually change this because things is kind of a push in English that we don't really use. Like, he should be referring to them as weapons, not people. Like, that's the parallel here. So like, moving away from referring to them as humans, you have to replace it with something. Thing isn't strong enough. I think it should be like they're weapons that should not be allowed to exist or can't be allowed to exist. And then 人に余る 人に余る 人の手に余る like can't be controlled by the hand of man. Like, beyond our control. I think humanity can't control them as too weak. It should be they're dangerous, horrific weapons beyond humanity's capacity for control. Sound was echoey, we fix it? Okay, cool. Yeah, my mic was a little off.
だから俺は
This I ask you is a little bit much. It should be that's why.
私の質問はまだ終わっていない。
That's so why? This is just completely unnecessary. This as a meme, like I'm the one asking the questions here. Like he doesn't say that's why I ask you. Right? So they set this up just so they could have this stupid meme line. Like that's why I ask. No, I'm the one asking the questions here. But what she says is I'm not done asking questions. I have more questions. Like that's not all I wanted to ask. So this I'm the one asking the questions here is not correct at all. It should be I'm not done. Right? That's not all I wanted to ask about.
この通信機は艦に収容した帝国の避難民、いや、それに紛れた工作員に渡されたもの。
One of your spies. I don't think that's necessarily the case. 工作員に渡されたもの。Or I think a spy.
これを私に渡すためだけに村を襲撃して民間人を私たちの艦に追い立てたの。
Huh. This is interesting. Is that why they came? Did you attack that village and drive them out just to get this to me? これを私に渡すためだけに。Yeah. 私たち。No, it's 渡す。渡すため。渡すため。The way she says it was quite fast, but this was これを私に渡すためだけに。So, but yeah, just to I would rephrase this as like is that why they came is kind of weird. Like that should go at the end. So I would phrase this as did you order an attack on a village solely to force refugees onto our ship so that they could hand this to me? Like, is that the only reason? Like, I don't like, is that why they came at the start? It's awkward. It should be like, did you attack a village, drive refugees to our ship just to have them hand this over to me?
保護した避難民から全部聞いた。
Yeah, like, I talked to those refugees. Hinamin. Yeah, I mean, refugees is like, it's kind of refugees. It's more like escapees. I would go with survivors. Like, I heard everything from the survivors we took
襲
in.
撃で命を落とした人が何人もいた。子供も老人も妊婦だっていたって。
Yeah, they're not putting enough weight on these words. A lot of people died in that attack. Children, the elderly, pregnant women. Yeah, it's there should be a little more weight here. Like, do you know how many people died in that attack? Children, the elderly, even pregnant women.
兄さんはそれを分かっていて、それでも命令を下したの。
Well, it's not, did you know what would happen when you gave the order? It's, did you know that would happen when you gave the order? Even knowing that would happen, did you still give the order is really what it should be.
ああ、些細な犠牲だ。
些細な犠牲だ。 Sasaina. What's the nuance of Sasaina? Yeah, this is not sacrifices have to be made. This is like a light sacrifice, or it was a small price. This should literally be a small. Yeah, yes, it was a small price to pay.
戦場で命を懸けて戦うのは兵士ばかりではない。お前も散々見てきただろう。
I don't like put their lives at risk. Soldiers aren't the only ones who put their lives at risk. You've seen it yourself. 戦場で命を懸けて戦うのは兵士ばかりではない。Soldiers aren't the only ones. I would change this to, it isn't just soldiers who are risking their lives on the battlefield. Surely you understand
大
this.
義をなすために犠牲はつきものだ。誰かがやらなければ悲劇は繰り返される。
Changing the world takes compromise. Ah. 大義をなすために. I don't know if I would go with changing the world. Yeah, this is more like any great cause or any. Yeah, taigi is not like changing the world. Takes compromise. Yeah, it's not even compromise. It's sacrifice. It's like every great cause requires sacrifice. Otherwise, the tragedies of history will only. I would go with elsewise. The tragedies of history will only repeat.
大切なのはやり遂げることだ。それが尊い犠牲に報いることになる。
Whoa, only that can justify the sacrifices you've made. Hold on. Mukuiru. This is not correct either. This is very odd phrasing in the Japanese. Because mikuiru is like revenge or like pay back. Yeah, it's not even justify. It's like only through accomplishing what you've set out to do can pay proper recompense for the sacrifices you choose to make. It's a little more nuanced than only that can justify the sacrifices you made, because he's not even saying it's justified. He's saying like it's paying recompense for them. Like yaritogeru is to like get through. Taisetsu nano wa yaritogeru koto da. Like what matters is accomplishing the goal. What matters is accomplishing your goal or getting through it, perseverance almost, or even determination. What matters is your determination. Only that can pay this really has to be something like only that can pay proper recompense for the sacrifices you've had to make. It really should be like, yeah, pay proper recompense.
同じようなことをクロードも言っていた。
Claude said something similar.
自分たちが成し遂げなければ悲劇は続く。だから信じて前に進もうって。
Yeah. I don't know if I would say this, believe in our goal and keep moving. It's not bad.
そうか。立場は違えど、俺も奴も同じ。
It's not actually perspectives, it's 違いど. Yeah, it's not perspectives actually. It's we may be in different places. Like he's saying like our sides might be different. Like we might be on opposite sides, but he and I are share the same
いや
dot
違
dot dot.
う同じようでまるで違うの
Yeah, you say the same things, but you couldn't be further apart. Yo, what up, Jay? Yeah, it's the same thing and similar. It's yeah, the nuance is lost there if you don't actually, because it's onaji yona koto, not onaji koto. There's a big difference between onaji yona koto and onaji koto. And it's not even like you say the same things. This is a much snappier line in Japanese. 同じようでまるで違う. This is like, it might sound the same, but it's completely different. 1.08 subs to go. Yeah, we've kind of stalled on subs recently, unfortunately. I have to like put out some better content.
クロードは、いい正体のみんなは、自分たちがどれだけ辛い思いをしても、どんな犠牲が出たとしても、誰かのために自分たちが前に進もうって言ったの。
It's actually not for the sake of everyone, it's for someone. We all have to fight for someone. And not whatever sacrifices we make, but whatever sacrifices. The difference is like, 犠牲が出る is different than 犠牲をする. Like, 出る is like, if a sacrifice comes out, like somebody dies, it's not necessary. Claude has never said, like, you have to sacrifice people on purpose. He's saying that some sacrifice by people is inevitable, which is a huge difference, right? Like, there's a difference between trying to do something and ending up sacrificing yourself versus sacrificing others to accomplish a goal and being okay with that. You know? So it's not whatever sacrifices we make, it's... There should be a little bit of a delineation here. It's like whatever sacrifice we choose to make. Like, it's a personal thing.
大義のために罪もない人たちを踏みにじる兄さんとは全く違う
Yeah. So this is where the difference comes in, right? 大義のために罪のない人たちを踏みにじる. This is not, it's not even hurt innocent people for some cause. Like, I don't like the use of some cause or hurt innocent people, but this is like, he would never use a cause as an excuse to step on or use innocence to accomplish it. Yeah, he's nothing like you.
クロードのように小さなものではない。
I don't so trivial as Claude's my cause. What I hope to accomplish is nothing so simple. I would go with simple because chisana is like small, but I don't think trivial is the right word here.
がっかりだ。お前だけは俺の味方だと思っていたよ。
Yeah, this is good.
味方だよたった一人の家族だからだから信じて協力してきた
Yeah, there's no please listen to me. I've done everything you asked me to. They left out like the most important line here, which was, of course, and it's not, I'm the only family you have. Hold on. Yeah, this is really messing up the line here. I am is fine, but this should be you're the only family I have. Right? たった一人の家族だから。味方だよ. I am. Like, I am on your side. You're the only family I have. So that's why I believed in you and that's why I believed in you and was helping is the line. I mean, obviously that's a little awkward, but you have to work it a little bit more. But they left out the believed in you part for the English here. It's this. So please listen to me is not present, but it should be something more like, I am on your side. I believed in you. You're the only family I have. So that's why I did everything you asked me.
だけど兄さんは変わってしまった。戦争に変えられてしまった。
This is a very interesting turn of phrase here because this is a Japanese grammatical point is like teshimao. So you can do pretty much any verb in this form, like ochiru is to drop, but then there's ochite shimao, which is like the shimao part is like without conscious decision, or it's almost always negative, right? So this, we don't really have something like that in English, right? You know, you've changed, the war has changed you. It's a passive structure. Yeah, it's a structure that implies that something happened without your volition or even against what you wanted, right? Like ochite shimatta. It's like I dropped it by accident, or even like you can say something like koroshite shimatta, like I ended up killing them. It implies a lack of active volition. So here she's saying not just that the war has changed him, but that it's a bad thing. I'm not sure how you would fix the line to be a little stronger than that, right? It's like it's changed you. War has changed you. Is right, but it's a little stronger. Yeah, it becomes a run-on sentence. That's fair. It's just like this Teshimao form is kind of important in terms of tone. Like, honestly, a lot of this would just be like vocal delivery. As you can tell from, you know, Kai's actress here. She's doing a great job.
力を利用するために帝国に入ったはずなのに、兄さんは帝国そのものになってしまった。
Yeah, hear that, natte shimatta. And this line is also, it's not no better than them. And, like, you joined the Empire to try to, I would almost use a term like redirect. Like, to redirect their power. But you've ended up being exactly the same as them. Like, but you ended up being a real Imperial yourself. Because she says teikoku sono mono ni natte shimatta. Like teikoku sono mono is like absolute, like an imperial yourself. Yeah, she's become them. It's not no better than them, but you've become one of them.
残忍で身勝手で人の命をもてあそんで、そうして戦争の悲劇を生み続ける。
This, I don't like toy with human life here. Motte asobu is like very literally toy with, but that's not the nuance of this line, right? だから信じてわざわざ。Let's make sure this is what I think it is. Cruel. 自分勝手。身勝手。Yeah. 人の命をもて遊んで。I don't think selfish is right here. It's more like ruthless. I mean, selfish, it's egotistical, I think, is maybe better. Oop, I minimized chat. Umi Suzukeru. Yeah, it's like, all it does is give birth to more tragedy, or all it does is continue the horrors of war. So this is like, you've become an imperial yourself. I wouldn't say you're selfish, like, she doesn't need to say you are selfish, cruel, and you toy with human life. It should be, because she should be describing the attributes of the Empire, right? Selfish, cruel, no regard for human life. Only all you bring about is more tragedy. Like, phrasing this as you are selfish and cruel and you toy with human life really downplays the continuation of the previous phrase, right? Like, 力を利用するために帝国に入ったはずなのに、兄さんは帝国そのものになってしまった。Right? And then it continues. Cruel, selfish, no regard for human life. Like, 人の命を持って遊んで、人の命 is like human life. 持って遊ぶ is like to toy with, play with, but the implication is to treat as a light thing. So I would phrase that it's really not toy with human life, because we don't see him like literally playing, you know, with people's lives. The implication is that he treats them as a tool to be used for some other purpose. So this should be no regard for human life. Yeah, as continuously, yeah, all you do is bring about more tragedies.
今のあなたに平和を願う気持ちなんてない。あるのは歪んだ欲望だけよ。
Wow, it's not cause. It's yokubo is like desire, or like all, yeah, your own. Uganda as twisted is correct. Like, get it twisted. This ... is not here. Yeah, it's like human experiments, but even then it's like to toy with somebody is to, like, you know, for your own amusement, but that's not the implication that she's giving here. This should be more like you don't even want peace. All you care about is your own twisted ambition. Yeah, I think ambition would be better here.
そんなことを言うために俺をわざわざ呼び出したのか。
They're obsessed with these ... Is that why you called me out here, to tell me all this, when really it's just a single line? そんなこと言うために俺をわざわざ呼び出したのか? Is that why you called me out here, just to tell me all this?
そうよ。私はもうあなたに従わない。
It's not I don't take orders from you anymore. It's I won't follow you anymore. I won't listen to you anymore.
で、どうするんだ。俺と離れてこれから。
No, if we part ways, what do you... So what do you plan to do if that's the case? What are you going to do from now on?
決まってる。仲間と一緒に帝国と兄さんと戦う。
I think you should probably pull a gun on him right now. You know, probably. 兄さんと戦う。With I don't like allies. This should really be friends.
仲間か。その仲間を裏切っていたのは誰だったか。
Wow, this isn't right. It should be like, oh, allies or friends, the same ones you betrayed. Well, not even the same ones you betrayed, but this should be more like, and just who was it who sold out those friends?
お前はスパイだった。それは紛れもなくお前の意志であり、真実。
Wow, they really butchered this line. You chose to be a spy. You cannot deny that. It's such a more interesting line in the Japanese. Right? お前はスパイだった。それは紛れもなくお前の意志であり事実。That's such a cool, that's a cold line. Like, you were a spy. It's not even you chose to be a spy. It's you were a spy. That isn't, that there is, by your own will or by your own choice, that was your how do I describe this? Because magire monaku is like unmistakable, completely evident, like without any kind of, like, beyond doubt. And then omae no ishi de are, like you chose of your own free will, like your own volition, your own intent. So you were a spy of your own free will. There is no denying that. That is the undeniable reality. That is undeniable reality. Oh, she does pull a gun on him. Nice. I forgot about that. Who was it that betrayed them? Yeah, that's a good way of phrasing it.
代表用に沈んだ何百もの連邦兵。誰のせいだ。その罪はそんな心変わりで許されるものか。
It's not you. It's not you think you can redeem yourself now. Christ. Yeah, it's whose fault is it that those hundreds of people died? Yeah, it's not killed. It's whose fault is it? Like, he's not saying who really killed. It's whose fault do you think it is those hundreds of soldiers died? And this next line is sonna kokoro gawari de swapping from English to Japanese on the fly is so hard for pronunciation. It kills me every time. Sonna kokoro gawari. Sonna kokoro gawari de yurusareru mono no ka. Right? So, do you think they'll forgive you now with just a change of heart? Yo, what up? Yo, what up, Alpha Omega? How goes it? So he's not saying, like, you think you can redeem yourself now. It's you think they'll forgive you. Or, like, yeah, this should not be, like, you think you can redeem yourself. It's, do you think that they'll forgive you after just a change of heart?
いや、それよりも、お前は自分自身を許せるのか?
Yeah, so like why did they introduce this line about redemption when it's both of it is forgiven? It's forgiveness from them. Can you even forgive yourself?
許せはしない。抱えたまま前に進む。
Yeah, this ... is not there, but I will bear that burden with me as I move forward.
できるものか、お前に。
This is an interesting localization choice. Having him say Lina versus Omae ni for... I don't think this is completely correct, but it's not the worst, just in terms of, like, how you would phrase it. Yeah, I mean, but the mono there is not referring to the people. It's referring to the action. Like, yurusareru mono is the action, something that could be forgiven. I disagree with that. Yeah, it's like they tie the very next line ties back into the concept of forgiveness, not redemption. There's nothing about redemption there. Yeah, dekiru mono ka. Omae ni. I would have not made the guess at using Lena here and instead gone with, do you really think you can do that?
Kai, 何をして。
みんな。
いやあ、ずいぶん立派になったな、弱虫クロード。
Man, there has got to be some sort of like narrow path for Yowamushi Kurodo that makes sense in English and doesn't sound ridiculous. It's just there's no bite to it in English. Like Scaredy Claude has no bite. But in Japanese it works. Like you can say it in like a deeply sarcastic kind of way. We have not yet been able to come up with a good replacement for Scaredy Claude. Yowamushi Kurodo. Zuibun rippa ni natta na, Yowamushi Kurodo. I don't think you've grown up, but is good. It's more like you've grown quite impressive for a scaredy cat, haven't you?
カイ、なぜお前は相変わらずだな。懐かしいよ。
This isn't bad.
それにレイリー・ミラー、俺たちの高嶺の花、一目見て分かったよ。
Always out of our league? Huh? Takane no hana. I don't know about that. Takane no hana. Oretachi no takane no hana. Like, I get... Yeah, I guess. It's awkward. Takane no hana is like unobtainable, out of our league. It's... I don't know. I feel like out of our league just seems awkward compared to Takane no hana in Japanese. It is really like... No, I mean, trust me, Kensel, we went back and forth on Yowamushi Kurodo for ages at the beginning of these streams, just in terms of like what is actually a good term for it. There are issues with every single one that you try to use. Like even Cowardly Claude is like there's lines and stuff in the early parts of the game that just don't work if you do that. I think Takane no hana sounds a little more... It's like a flower on a cliff is the actual like exact turn of phrase here. So out of our league is just... It doesn't evoke the same kind of imagery. He's using a kind of like flowery language. So... I don't know, maybe like aloof, something like that. It just needs to be a little more flowery than out of our league.
それはどうも。
I'll take that as a compliment. それはどうも. Yeah, it's not bad.
カイ、なぜあんたがこんなところにいる？なんで帝国の服を着てるんだ？
I don't like dressed like an imp. It should be, what are you doing here? Why are you wearing an imperial uniform?
今はカイではなくフォルセと名乗っている。帝国軍の将校だ。
Yeah.
帝国だと？
I don't think you're with the Empire. I would go with, what do you mean the Empire?
それじゃ。
It is flower as in delicate flower, but it's takane no hana as in like a flower that is beyond one's reach.
お前たちとはすでに戦場で再会を果たしている。
It's not I believe, it's I would say we've already reunited, albeit at a distance,
気づかな
on
か
the
ったのか
battlefield.
クロード。だとすれば期待したほどは成長していないな。
Yeah, that's fine.
ちょっと待ってよ。貝ってあの貝でしょ？本物の方の。
Yeah, that's
帝
fine.
国軍にいるって連邦が仕掛けたスパイってこと？
Yeah, you didn't need to do double agent. It's like, does that mean he's a spy?
すごいじゃない。敵軍に潜入して将校まで上り詰めるなんて。
Yeah, it's fine.
やはりレイリー、君は育ちが違うね。
育ちが違うね. Always had quite an imagination. This is, I've missed this. The I've missed this is not here at all. I would go with you. You always were like a different sort or a different breed almost. Like quite an imagination is not right. Yeah, this is just not correct. I've missed this. That line's really not there.
俺はスパイじゃない。そっちには俺の仕掛けた元スパイがいるがね。
Yeah, this among you ... or at least she used to be one of mine. So I'm not a spy, though you do have a spy of mine with you. Or you did have a spy of mine with you. Among Us? Patch. Yeah, you've been brought up differently. Sodachi ga chigau ne. But Sodachi ga chigau ne is like not brought up differently. It's like you're not the same as us. You're like a different Ken. Like you're a different breed than the rest of us. Among Us. I should probably grab a screenshot of this just for the thumbnail. For the Among Us thumbnail. Among Us?
Huh? 意味がわからないんだけど。
Yeah, I don't know what you mean.
いいか、よく聞け。俺は俺の意志で帝国に属し戦っている。
Yeah, but this is... I joined the... They just left out him saying like Ika yoku kike. No, not the red circle in our thumbnail. You know it. You know it. We gotta do that. Is there Among Us? Among Us? They left out the Ika yoku kike. This is like, listen, I need you to listen to me right now. I joined the Imperial Army of my own volition. Like, I joined and am fighting for the Imperial Army of my own volition.
力を得て大義をなす。すべては世界の歪みを正すためだ。
This is so bad. This is just bad writing. Hold on. Order setting. 仕掛けたスパイだとやはりYeah, okay. 俺は俺の意志で帝国に属し I think this is 属し Yeah, 属し俺は俺の意志で帝国に属し戦っている力を得て大義をなすすべては世界の歪みを正すため This is, yeah, like the world is twisted and I'm going to, like, I need power to see it through, the world is twisted and I'm going to, it's just like the phrasing, it's just really poor. Yeah, it's this like I'm working for a cause is just not it's awkward. It's flat. The writing needs to be better here. Just in terms of communicating what he's saying. It's not I'm working for a cause, I need power to see it through, the world is twisted and I'm going to change it. Like, do you feel how like flat that reads when it should be like it's got some punch in the Japanese, like 俺は俺の意志で帝国に属し戦っている力を得て大義をなすすべては世界の歪みを正すため like the punching there is better. The timing is better. Like, I joined the empire of my own free will to gain the power I need to see my cause through, to right the twisted wrongs of this world, or to right. Yeah, you don't even need to go with like twisted, like すべては世界の歪みを正すため, like to right the wrongs of this world. Something like that. It needs to be punchier. Nothing, I haven't really seen anything that I'm like, wow, this is just so incredibly bad, I want to make it the worst one of the day yet, though.
クロード、戦争はもはや国同士が領土や資源をめぐって争うものではない。
The war has changed is not here. I think that's just a cringe Fallout reference that they're trying to make. In fact, I'm almost certain. Isn't it a phrase that works better in a different order? It's not necessarily the order, it's just kind of the punch. Like, I'm not sure I would rephrase it as like, to right the wrongs of this world, I joined the empire to gain power, to see my cause through. Something like that. I mean, it's not necessarily bad. You could workshop it. It just needs to have more punch. Also, I'm like 99% sure this is a Fallout reference that they're trying to make, because it's just not there. Like, this line about war has changed is not there. 戦争はもはや国同士が領地 Yeah, I think 領地や資源をめぐって戦うものではない。War is no longer about territory or resources.
戦争というシステム、それ自体が人の生存欲求や闘争本能の域を超えて。
This is interesting. 人の生存欲求 He's using some very interesting turns of phrases here. Seizon yokyu. Oh, interesting. Toso honno. This is actually really interesting in terms of phrasing. Human desires and competitions that sparked it. This is really bad. No iki o koete. Jinshu no shouki o. This is actually a really interesting turn of phrase here. Like, I haven't actually heard of like these two phrases, but Toso honno and one second, Toso honno and Seizon yokyu they're almost like biological turns of phrase, like desire to live and instinct for like survival instinct and like territorial conflict, like desire to create or engage in competition, like struggle. So this is not like the system we know as war. 戦争というシステムはシステムそれ自体が人の生存欲求や 闘争本能の域を超えて It's not twisted. Like, it's not twisted. This is like the system we know as war has like evolved beyond the simple desire to survive and compete. I don't like that sparked it.
人類の狂気を発現する一つの文明へと進化してしまった。
Human insanity made manifest. Made its own culture. Its own catalyst is not really there. I don't understand. Yeah, some of this is just added. Like its own catalyst, its own reason claude. It's not there. This claude isn't there. 人種の正気を発現する一つの文明へと進化してしまった。Like it's become its own culture. Like, how do I describe this? Like, war has become a culture in and of itself, one that represents humanity's like insanity, or humanity's. It's almost like a death wish, really. One that represents human insanity.
俺はその歪みを狂気を必ず止めてみせる。
Yeah, I saw that insanity myself. I saw the way war had been twisted, and I vowed to stop it. Is just not correct. This is, I don't know where they got all this from. It should just be, I will put an end to that insanity.
クロード、真実を知りたいのなら共に来い。
Yeah.
戦いから感じたよ。お前は有能な指揮官だ。いつでも喜んで迎え入れよう。
Yeah.
僕は
待て、待ちやがれ、帰れ。
帝国兵が来た。撤収だ。
Oof.
始まったようね。
It's begun. I don't know if it's begun. It sounds like they've started, or it started. This is actually good. The Japanese like repeating the same line back, but you know, hajimatta as a question like what has is it's good.
きっかけを与えた。これから徐々に思い出すわ。あなたの力であなたを巡ってこれからどれだけ血が流れることになるか。
Huh? I don't think that's right. あなたの力であなたを巡ってこれからどれだけの血が流れることになるか。She doesn't say never forget. She just says she's saying like I wonder. Like I wonder how much blood will be spilled because from meeting you, from your power. There's no never forget.
あら、お友達ね。彼女も傷ついてしまうかも。
Huh? What? This a friend of yours? Perhaps she'll be the first to pay. They are like burying this like so hard. No, it's not first to notice. It is actually kizu. Like kizu suite shimau kamo. Kizu as in wound, hurt. And it's kanojo mo kizu tsuite shimau kamo. Like she maybe she'll get, you know, wrapped up in this as well. Or, oh, a friend of yours, perhaps she'll be, you know, perhaps she'll end up hurt as well.
そんなの嫌だ。
なら帰りなさい。あなたを選んでくれた人のいる場所へ。
Yeah, that's not bad.
そしてそこで行きなさい。早く。
Yeah, that's fine.
また会おうね。
ええ。
That's fine.
クライマリア様、
何か。
こちらに連邦兵が来ませんでしたか？追跡してきたのですが見失い。
私が始末した。塵も残さず溶けてしまったわ。
Yeah, that's actually fine.
アンジェ、
She's creepy.
私たちこんな時代でどう生きていけばいいのかしらね。
Oh, it's not live like this. It's how are we supposed to live in a time like this?
誰を何を信じれば。
Yeah, that's not bad.
よし、全員揃ったな。
待て、ラグナがいない。
何？
Nani?
あの子が持ち場を離れるなんて何かあったのかしら。
He always for him to leave means something is up. Something's up. Yeah. Bork.
ラグナ。
あれはアンジェ？どうしてここに？
話は後だ。今は急ぎ撤退する。
Yeah.
よし、発進するぜ。しっかり捕まれ。
All fine. No issues. Wow, we actually wait, that was a whole bit with no problems. They did it. They did it.
おお、これだけの燃料があれば当面は速度を落とさず航行できる。
And we're back to having problems. どうしてここに？これだけの燃料あれば当面は速度を落とさずできる。There's no mention of weeks. It's just with this much fuel we can move forward without losing speed.
燃料以外にも武器弾薬、輸送車体の荷台にたっぷり積んでやるぜ。
2台. They don't mention the fact that it's 2 trucks. We got 2 trucks full of stuff. Oh wait, no, it's nidai, not nidai. There's 2 kinds of nidai. It's cargo trucks.
助かるぞ。食料は直ちに厨房へ。弾薬はいつでも使えるよう梱包を解いておけ。
帝国製の砲弾で連中の装甲に風穴を開ける。こんな爽快なことがあるかよ。
爽快なことはあるかよ。こんな爽快ことはあるかよ。It doesn't get much better than that. I don't know, it's more like what, fitting, right? Exhilarating, yeah. It doesn't get much better than that. It's not bad. It's like using the Imperial's own weapons against them doesn't get much better than that. Yeah.
卵にミルク、砂糖もある。俺、シェフにエッグノッグを作ってもらうぞ。
Yeah.
もうすぐ降臨祭だもんな。お袋の味、懐かしいよ。
降臨祭? I'm actually curious because it's almost the holidays. One second. What is Korinsai? I don't think that's Christmas, but... Interesting. Well, they kind of just left this out. What is... I'm actually going to Google this real quick because I've never heard Korinsai. It's Pentecost. Huh. But that can't possibly be the same thing. It looks like this is a reference to Pentecost. The eggnog line is actually accurate. He does say eggnog. This is interesting because literally Korinsai is like Pentecost. Like, you know, the thing after Easter. But in the context of Valkryia Chronicles, it can't possibly be that. It's got to be something else that they're using to mean Korinsai. Well, but I don't think it is a Christian reference because Christianity doesn't exist in the world of Valkryia Chronicles. They have Valkyries and stuff. So like Korinsai, but they should mention something about Korinsai. I'm curious what it actually is.
ねえ、さ、私は正直途中でハーフェンを離れたし。
I don't know if it's 途中でハーフェン。
彼のことはもうどうでもいい。人間変われば変わるものだもの。
This didn't shake me up too badly. It says I left Hafen earlier. Tochu is like, she's referring to their childhood, right? So like she left before the rest of you. That's fine. I don't think too much about him, or he doesn't bother me. I don't care about him that much. Yeah, people change.
だけど、カイ、あなた一体何を知っているの？
What do you know about all this?
わからないんだ、私にも。漠然としか聞いていなくて。
漠然としか聞いていなくて。漠然としか。I don't know if I would go with cryptic hints here. That's a little weird. Yeah, his cryptic hints. It's just he would just. He was always vague about everything.
言えばみんなが苦しむことになる。だから今は言えない。
Yeah, if I told you what I do know, it would only hurt you, so I can't. This is so flat. Like, the affect here is so flat. Yo, what up? Doni Art. Yeah, no, it could definitely be used for sure. It is some kind of Pentecostal reference. Like, Korinsai is definitely something similar. So, like, the holidays is a little awkward. I would have asked the script writers, like, about what that holiday actually is. Like, because they have, like, the Seireikai or whatever it was, like, the Feast of All Spirits. So, some kind of Pentecostal, it's like a dissension, you know, like, it's the descending of the Holy Spirit on Pentecost after Christ's ascension is Korinsai. So, it should be some kind of parallel to that. But this is such a flat line. Like, if I told you what I do know, it would only hurt you. So I can't. Like, ただ、言えばみんなが苦しむことになる。だから今は言えない。Like, there are actually more ... dots in the Japanese than there are in the English for once. Can't even tell what that is. Wait, what did I write in the thing? Oh, I left in just a filler for the that was a Garfield comic. The why do they of in the food, of out hot eat the food reference, because we hadn't run into anything yet. This one might be a good example. It's hard to give you like a good reason for this just as a one-off, right? Like, how do you describe why this is so wrong when the words match up? It's the affect. It's so flat. In fact, I think I'll toss this in for later. We haven't been screen grabbing too much. It's interesting, like this time around there haven't been too many lines that warrant like further review. They've just been kind of like tonally off. Tada, yeah. Tada. But if I start, it's like, this is like, if I started talking now, I'm sure it would only hurt everyone. So I just can't, like, I can't bring myself to do it. I just can't. You really need a just in here. Like, I just can't. The implication is not like, it's not that she could talk about it. It's more like she doesn't even know what she knows. She's confused. Oh, they kind of left this line out? Huh? レイリー、クロード、お前らならわかるだろう。カイはここまで一緒に戦っていたカイ修練は The one who's they took that whole line and turned it into the one who's been on our side this whole time, I mean.
お前らに嘘をつけるやつじゃねえ。隠し事できるやつじゃねえ。
Wait, I'm confused. This is weird. Yeah, the line here is like, it's awkward. Yeah, he's referencing the situation. Right? お前らわかるだろう. Like, you have to understand. Right? If Kai wouldn't, I mean the Kai here with us right now, who fought, you know, the Kai Shuden who fought with us, wouldn't, you know, couldn't lie or hide anything.
そんなやつが言えねえって言うんだ。だからこれ以上は。
No, it's not. It's not. If she says she can't tell us, she means it. It's she's saying she can't. So she's saying she can't. So, you know, like, please.
頼む。聞かないでやってくれ。
And don't push her on this. Like, this is almost like just leave her alone, or like let's drop it.
何よ、ちょっとかっこいいじゃない。
何よ、ちょっとかっこいいじゃない。When did you turn into a cool guy? Oh my god. Okay, well, we're adding it. It's always, they always have to like cut him down. I don't know why. They're just like this. Wow, when did you turn into a cool guy? Versus やつじゃねえ。何よ、ちょっとかっこいいじゃない。Which is more like I don't know. I didn't know you had that in you. Something like that is like, you know, she's saying ちょっとかっこいいじゃない. Like, you know, that was pretty cool. That was pretty manly. Like, that was impressive. So I think the sentiment here is more like, wow, Raz, I didn't know you had that in you. Is closer to what they're going for. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like what's up with you, that was kind of cool. That could work. Let me think about it. That was pretty cool just now. I don't know if I like that. I feel like this fits better. Wow, when did you turn into a cool guy? What up, Pika? I didn't know you had it in you. Actually, yeah, I think this works better. Right? Because there is the ちょっとかっこいいじゃない. Like, the janai there is pulling a lot of weight in terms of, like, she's surprised that he would say something like that. Yeah, just in time for the worst line. Honestly, today has been mostly tone more than anything else. It's really just tone. I think I like this. Oh wait, I didn't need to split it. Probably. Oh yeah, it fits. Okay. Yeah, don't need to do that. Yeah, like, when did you turn into a cool guy is too rough. I think I didn't know you had it in you. It fits a lot better with the concept they're going for here. Yeah. See, they've reversed it. I didn't know you had it in you, right? Razu no kuseni namaiki is... They should have put this in the other spot. Do you see how this works though? Like, literally, the lines are there. Namaiki, razu no kuseni namaiki. Namaiki is like cocky, like brash, cheeky. So, yeah. In fact, the reason that this doesn't work is, wow, when did you turn into a cool guy? No, I think that they literally just wanted to do this, when did you turn into a cool guy? I didn't know you had it in you. Into two lines. So when you see my two lines here, you can literally just say that it's both of them, right? So Raz, that was pretty cool. And then this, I didn't know you had it in you, still fits. Just extend it. Because I could tell that's what they were going for here. And so the fact that the script continues and says Razu kuseni namaiki is like, yeah, you're cheeky for being Raz, or like this namaiki is really Razu no kuseni. Like, this just kind of continues and gives more information. Like, namaiki is like cheeky, brash, audacious. I think it just continues to fit. Also, somebody keeps pinging me on Discord. Who are you to ping me? That is not it. Oh, it was Flork from previously. I don't think like this Razune no kuseni namaiki needs to be like explicitly stated. It's a Japanese kind of concept. Like namaiki is like, how do I describe this? It's like pretty cocky. You thought you would be more cocky, or you know, quite bold of you. You know, I really didn't know you have it in you fits perfectly well for these two lines. So, Raz, that was pretty cool. I didn't know you had it in you for both of these lines. This, when did you turn into such a cool guy, is not needed though.
Lady.
ラズに先に言われてしまったな。
Huh? This line is actually confusing. I'm not sure if this is referring to what they think it's referring to. No. Okay, yeah, it is. I just looked ahead in the script. I don't like got there before I could. This should just be said it. I don't know why they said got there. It should just be Raz said it before I could. Who keeps pinging me on Discord? You gotta leave me alone. Stop pinging me. I'm going. Oh, it's no. Puny Claude. There's, like I said, I at some point we'll have to go back and like talk about the Scaredy Claude thing, but there's just a million issues with. I think there's a whole series of discussions if you look it up with like Doc and I talking about options for Scaredy Claude. It's just, it doesn't work. We haven't found anything that works yet.
僕も信じるよ、カイのことを。だって友達じゃないか。
I mean, we're all friends here. That's too light. This should be we're all friends.
兵士とか軍とかそんなのよりずっと前から私たちは友達だもん。
I don't like all this military stuff. It's 兵士とか軍とか. This should be like forget being a soldier in the military. We've been friends since way before any of that.
お前ら。きっといつか時が来ればわかるんだろう。今言えないと言うならこれ以上は聞かない。カイ。
Yeah, that's fine.
それでいいかな。
クロード。
We're just gonna commit a little bit of. I'm pretty sure this could get you court-martialed, aiding and abetting an enemy. Like she was a spy. And then Patch pings me on purpose. Get pinged, idiot. No, it's not that Kai replied first. It's that Raz said we should trust Kai before he could. Yeah, it's definitely like potentially treason. Like they know she was spying. Like there's no way. I mean, they could do this. I don't think they would actually turn her in, but you know, in the military you can't do that.
よかったよかったなカイ。
みんなごめん、みんなごめんなさい。
It's like pretty close to treason.
ねえ、アンジェ。あなたの身に何かあったらみんな悲しむの。だから、
Yeah.
黙ってどこかに行ったりしないで。
Yeah.
ごめんなさい。船を降りたければそう言って、後見人をつけて安全な町まで送り届ける。
Yeah, it's like we can give you a guard and take you to a safe town.
違うの。私、この船が好き。ここのみんなが。だから、みんなの役に立ちたくて、街に行けば何か思い出せそうな気がして。
I felt like going into the town would help me remember something.
あなたが笑ってくれてるだけで、みんな幸せな気持ちになれるの。
Yeah, just seeing you smile is enough to make everyone here happy.
戦場は苦しくて、笑顔を忘れそうになるから、あなたの笑顔にみんな感謝してる。
This is awkward. It's not necessarily like we forget how to smile. Hold on. ごめんなさい。安全好き、あなたが気持ちになる。苦しくて笑顔を忘れそうになるから。No, it's not like we forget how to smile. It's like we feel like we will forget how to laugh or how to, smile. So that's why everyone is happy to see you smile. It's not help us
だから、
remember.
役に立つとか立たないとか考える必要なんてない。
Yeah, don't have to worry about whether you're helping or not.
何も気にすることないんだから。
We just want you to be happy. It's you don't have to worry about anything.
でも記憶は取り戻したいわよね。以前のことを何か思い出した？思い出した。少しだけ。いいの。無理に思い出さなくたって。記
Yeah.
憶がないなら新しい思い出を作ろう。みんなと一緒にいっぱいね。
Yeah, here with everyone.
新
That's fine.
しい思い出。
Yeah,
さ
that's
ー
fine.
て、それじゃあ素敵な思い出第1弾。素直にごめんなさいできたご褒美はじゃじゃーん、レイリーお姉ちゃん特製のプーディングよ。
So now they're going with Lady Onechan, like big sister. I disagree with that choicing, or I've never been a fan of including these sorts of modifiers. In this instance, do we feel like big sister lady is something that she would actually say in English? I don't think so. You could go for a flan right now, a fantasy flan. Yeah. And yeah, technically, like, Japan calls this pudding, but it is actually flan. So, that's another question, is like, what do we call this? Because it is a flan, it's not a pudding. Oui, oui. I'm not a fan of Big Sister here. I think you could drop that and just go with Riley's special homemade flan or pudding or whatever. Yeah, the other thing is, like, Americans are not super familiar with flan in general. We don't really eat flan, or at least haven't for a while. Butter sand, yeah.
カスタードプディング嫌いだったかしら。
Oh, and custard, Japan, custard pudding is, you can't, it's not.
私食べたことない。プディングを今までに一度も？多分甘いもの禁止のお家だったのかしら。とにかく絶対美味しいんだから。さ、 召し上がれ。
Americans will use any word aside from flame. Hey, tell that to the Japanese. They're the one doing it.
いただきます。
Yeah, see, okay, thank you for itadakimasu is good. That's a good localization. Hamburg steak versus column creme caramel. Yeah. I mean, it's just not a dessert that we really have in the States.
お姉ちゃん、このプディング、すっごく美味しいよ。
I don't know why they put it. I don't know why they put I love pudding. Really, all she just said is this pudding is really, really good. Like, it's really, really tasty. Like, why put I love I don't get it, actually. Huh? I'm trying to find stuff to, like, talk about the Japanese more, but there's really not that many grammatical structures that we've run into except for, like, teshimatta. But this is just, it's just odd to me at this point. Like, why are we saying I love pudding? It's just not there. Like, what's the point?
よかった。まだまだあるからたくさん食べてね。ありがとう、お姉ちゃん。
Yeah, see, this is the difficult part, right? She's using a term of endearment. Maybe this is a good one for the haul, because it's not necessarily shit. It's just it's one of the most difficult things to handle, right? Like, term of endearment. In Japanese, you could do this quite easily, where you change what you're calling somebody to reflect a term of endearment, right? So I assume that Laylee is going to now react to being called One-chan instead of Laylee, right? Oh, she didn't react. Okay, so since there was no reaction, you can probably get away with not necessarily doing a big sister kind of meme there. But there is some nuance lost, right? In the fact that she's now saying One-chan instead of Lady. It's a term of endearment.
なんにも言わずに消えやがって。焦ったぞ、死ぬほど。
This is actually good. 焦ったぞ、死ぬほど. Yeah, you scared the shit out of me. This is quite good. Actually, for once.
ちゃんと戻ってきたんだからいいじゃないか。
I still came back, right? Yeah.
まあそうだな。お前がいてくれればそれでいいか。
This is a little more touching than as long as you're here, I'm good. This is, okay, actually, this is a good one to do because ite kureru is another. Did we go over giving and receiving words? I don't know if we did in too much detail. The omae ga ite kurereba is like pretty classic in terms of. Actually, I think this is a good one to go over for later. I keep minimizing it. Well, it's not itterashai itte kuru. This is a different form. This is kureru, itte kurereba. Itte kurereba. It's like giving. So yeah, we'll definitely go over this one. There's some nuance lost here. Yeah, see, notice her reaction is a little stronger than as long as you're here, I'm good.
悪かったな。お前にはいろいろ心配をかけた。
Yeah, sorry for making you
迷
worry.
惑も
I made trouble for you too. This meiwaku is like literally trouble, but this should be, it must have been hard for you. That's the sentiment. Iroiro. Yeah. It's itte is iru, like to be there.
迷惑なわけあるかよ。俺はお前のためなら何だって。
No, not hey, no big deal. It's what do you mean? What do you mean problems? Like, for you, I'd do anything.
だからだ。
That's yeah, that's what I
お
mean.
前のその行為に甘えてしまって。
恋に甘えてしまって。You're leaving out the word love here. Yeah, koi. This is not kindness. It's like feelings. Affection. It's love. In this context, it's really not kindness. This is more like, I took advantage of your feelings for me. What? Huh? I don't know, son of a... that hurt, man. It's like... Man, you really punched me. That hurts.
調子に乗るな。
This is a great camera angle, by the way. Thank you, Valkryia Chronicles. Yeah, don't get ahead of yourself. Yeah, that's fine. Huh? There's more. I don't know about that. It's not necessary. I wouldn't go with like there's more. Yeah, they do hate strong, straightforward emotion.
Baka. パンチより聞いただろ。
Fucking hate this stupid fucking game. Fuck you. It should have been me, not him. Kai is very clearly best girl.
Knockdown.
Now that's a knockout. Yeah, that actually works for the English line that he used here. I would go talk about a knockout, something like that. Skirmish. Furin Kazan. We might even get to a mission at this rate. What? Missing supplies? You just said stolen supplies. What's the point? I don't get it. How do you mess that up? They're not missing, they're stolen. He said they're stolen. Here's a list of all the supplies that were stolen.
これだけのものをよくあの短時間で持ち出したものだ。
Impressive for them to have taken so much in such a short time. That's all you needed to say. Like, the phrasing is so awkward here. Like, they weren't here for that long, but they managed to steal quite a bit. It could just be rephrased much snappier. They managed to take quite a bit for the short amount of time they were here.
実に鮮やかだな。
Hazayaka. Yeah, quite impressive.
Huh?
Huh? But dude, what's wrong with you?
単独ならこううまくはいくまい。この町に連中を手引きした者がいるな。
I don't like inside man here. An operation of this would have been impossible without help from inside. You don't. The inside man is awkward.
レジスタンスと接触したか。
No, it's not. Of course, the resistance is. So they had contact with the resistance. He's just making a guess. Not of course. Of course, the resistance. It must have been them. Are we going to get to play a mission?
上陸用のボート、エンジンが動くかもう一度確認しておけ。
No, check the landing crafts. Make sure the engines are properly running.
物資の運び込みはすべて完了し、弾薬と燃料の補充も間もなく終わります。
A mission in this academy?
決戦の準備が整いつつありますね。
I don't like grand finale here. It looks like we're almost prepared for their decisive battle.
いい正体の機関は出発に間に合うでしょうか。間に合わねば困ります。ここから先の作戦は一刻を争う。
It would be a problem if they miss it, but from here on out we'll be racing against time itself. 一刻も早く争う。It's just this stream has just been one big tonal issue. Like they've just kind of given up on the writing. It's not like they're making mistakes, but it's really just awkwardly phrased. Hold on. Oh, the script is in a different place. Ikoku hayaku. 1 second. I swear. Thank you. Yeah. 出発に間に合うでしょうか。間に合わなねば困ります。ここから先の戦争は一刻を争う。Yeah, race against time, I guess, but I don't like race against time itself. Like, I would go with it. Like, if they miss, if they aren't in time, we'll be in real trouble. From here on, I don't like from here on out. From now on, it's a race against time. From now on, it's a race against time, not like we'll be racing against time itself. It's such a weird way to phrase it.
確保の手引きをしてくれたレジスタンスへの返礼は必要です。
No? It's not I can understand. It's we have to properly thank the resistance for helping us.
ですが、何よりも優先すべきはキングナス作戦の決行。
Yeah. But that's weird because that previous line makes it sound like he was not necessarily in favor of thanking the resistance when the Japanese says we have to thank the resistance for that. Yeah, saying time itself puts unnecessary emphasis on it. It's like not there.
それがわからないウォレス君ではありませんよ。
But yeah, this is so weird. Like they're undermining they're making it sound like the captain is undermining Claude, but he's not. He literally says the opposite of this. This is like, this line is just completely inverted. I'm adding this one as well. This is just completely wrong. Yeah. それがわからないウォルス君ではありませんよ。Like, literally, it's not, I do hope Mr. Wallace is aware of that, it's Mr. Wallace is well aware of that. There is no way he doesn't know that. それがわからないウォルス君ではありませんよ。Right? Like, he knows that better than anyone.
しかし動力炉の問題もまだ。ブライアン、少し付き合ってもらえますか？
It's so weird that they would do that. Just completely invert the meaning.
珍しいな。あんたがこんな下まで降りてくるとは。環境に根っこが生えてると思ったぜ。
I don't know about wandering, but everything else is fine.
相変わらず元気そうだな、アンドレ。
Yeah, that's
通
fine.
信機越しには毎日挨拶を交わしていても顔を合わせるのは久しぶりだ。
You know, this is more like it's been a while since I've seen you in person.
で、ここに来たのは俺のハゲ頭を拝みに来たわけじゃねえだろう。
Old grease monkey. I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah, I mean, I get where they're going with this, but like, you didn't come down here just. This is like he's saying like, look at my bald head, literally. That's the line, but grease monkey is I think going too far. I would the nuance here is more like you didn't come all the way down here just to take a look at my pretty face is closer to like the realistic idea here, right? He's putting himself down in terms of appearance, so we would say, well, what, you didn't come down all the way down here just to take a look at my pretty face, you know, something like that.
開かずの区画に用があってね、すまないが。
だろうと思ったよ。メイン動力炉は未だにうんともすんともだ。
Yeah, figured. That's not how an old mechanic talks. This should be like, it's about what I figured, or that's what I thought.
なあ、ローランド。そろそろあの動力炉のからくりを教えろよ。
I know there's some kind of secret. Can't you let me know? It's just like you've got to let me know more about that thing already.
すまないが、君の頼みでもそれだけはできんのだ。
Yeah, there's no old friend here. Unfortunately, that's just not something I can do, even for you.
やれやれだ。
やれやれだぜ。
わかったよ。だったらあんたが責任持って奴のご機嫌を直してやってくれ。
No, this isn't. I guess it's up to you to get that thing working again. It's fine if that's how it's going to be. I guess it's on you to get it working again.
では、行きますか。未だ動力炉は空のままです。そろそろですね。
Not much time left now.
はあ、早急にあれを戻します。
Yeah.
いいえ。あれの発動には自発的な意志の力が不可欠だと聞かされています。
This is really difficult. In terms of what they're getting at here. let's see. あれを戻します。いいえ、あれは発動には自発的な意志、いや、自発的な意志の力で深くと聞かれています。Yeah. で戻るの。Yeah, this is awkward. That's what all the briefings said is not correct. It's not fully activate unless it's here of its own free will is very hard to. They're kind of trying to hide what's going on in the dialogue in the Japanese, and it's a little less awkward. This is more like for the reaction to take place, it has to do so of its own accord, is what I would go with to try and like hide what's being said fully.
では、自らの意志で戻るのを待つしかありません。
Yeah, it'll have to return
その
willingly.
時が来るまでに。戻ってくれるでしょうか。我々のために。
This is really awkward because in English we don't really ever refer to, like, they know what they're talking about, right? Like, this is spoilers, it's the girl. They're using Valkryia children as energy, as like a stand-in for nuclear reactors. It's a pretty interesting concept, right? Because previously they used them as nuclear weapons in Valkryia Chronicles 1. And so it's kind of another take on that. Like, what if a nuclear reactor is powered by a Valkryia itself? Is essentially what they're getting at here. So in Japanese, like, actually I'll just, I'll save this because it's worth noting that this is a breakdown in communication between Japanese and English. This one I don't necessarily blame them for so much, but it's definitely something you want to workshop more. Like, do you think it will return, sir? Will it come back for us? In English, this conversation would definitely be, do you think she will return, sir? Will she come back for us? But because they're trying to obfuscate that point, because it's obfuscated in Japanese, like in the Japanese, it's just 戻ってくれるのでしょう. 我々のために戻ってくれるでしょう is you don't have to specify like 彼女 or 彼 or any sort of pronoun. But in English, changing it to it makes it sound like it sounds weird. Right? So you might want to workshop that to be a little less awkward.
ひどいわね。きっと美しい街並みだったのに。
きっと美しい街だったのに。Is that fine? I think that's fine. I think that's fine.
ここは特に抵抗の激しい地区だったからな。占領時、帝国軍が徹底的に破壊したんだ。
至る所に見回りの兵士が展開しているな。
中央の広場に面したあの建物が見えるか？ああ、そこにマンネル将軍が捕らえられている。帝国軍内における貴重な協力者だ。
協力者 contact. I don't know if I would go with contact. He's an ally we had within the empire.
我々レジスタンスへの協力を疑われ、取り調べを受けてる。
Yeah, there's definitely a way to phrase it in such a way that it hides the reveal a little bit more. For sure, but like the 自分の意識で like that kind of concept is hard to mask in English. I would have changed a lot of that writing and like talked with the staff to be like, we need to make this work in English, like to hide the concept instead of just going with like it.
それってこの前の潜入作戦の件で。
Yeah.
ああ、だが証拠はまず上がらない。将軍は中央での評価も高い。普通なら数日の取り調べの後無罪放免だ。だが今回は相手が悪い。 指揮を取るのはレジスタンス狩りで悪名高いバーク少佐だからね。
Huh? Wait, what? I thought they were gonna keep talking. Because the line kept going. I got flashbanged again. There's... Huh? Yeah, this is so weird. Yeah, that's the thing. It's them using it as a dehumanizing term, and they're not actually dehumanizing her in that conversation explicitly. But also, this line here is like a one-man inquisition. Not... Yeah. What the hell? I got flashbanged because I thought they were just gonna keep talking. Like, 引き取るのはレジスタンス狩りで悪名高い。悪名? I think this is 悪名. Yeah. 悪名高い。バーク小生だからね。Yeah. There's no バーク少佐. Yeah. The one leading the investigation is Major Burke. Real witch hunter? No. He's a famous, or he's an infamous resistance hunter. That's it. There's no... Yeah. All right, I'm updating this. This is worse. This is worse. For sure. One leading the... I don't know why they decided to do it this way. Realign. How do you spell infamous? I can't spell infamous. Oh, it's really just infamous. Okay. I always end up thinking like it's different. Dude, I can't spell. I have never been able to spell. Not ever. It's just not within my my ability to do so. Thank God for spell check. Yeah, so this is just like a real witch hunter, practically a one-man inquisition. I don't know why you felt the need to spice this up. He's an infamous resistance hunter.
普段マンネル将軍に抑えつけられてるって恨みもある。
What? Yeah. What? They keep adding lines. The general interfered with one investigation too many. Literally it's just a top line. Just cut the second one. There's nothing here. He's held a grudge against Manuel for a while.
将軍を処刑するためなら、あらゆる手段で証拠をでっち上げるだろう。
He'd go to any means necessary to pull up evidence to push, Manuel towards execution. He doesn't necessarily say fabricate, but it's do whatever he could.
ろくでもない男だな。
No, sounds like a real charmer. No, she said ろくでもない男だな. Sounds like a real asshole, or sounds like a real scumbag. She's not being sarcastic. Like, ろくでもない is not charmer. She's not being sarcastic. This just sounds like a real scumbag.
いっそ町にいる占領軍を俺たちで一掃するか。手っ取り早いぜ。
Yeah,
いや
that's fine.
たとえ町を解放してもまたすぐに帝国軍に攻撃されるだろう。
Yeah. They keep adding stuff in this. Who's in charge of translating this section? Because they keep just adding stuff. It's even if we liberated the city, they would just come back. But this with more troops than ever is not there.
レジスタンスだけで守りきれるとは。
Yeah, there's no way the resistance could hold them off.
俺たちは地下組織正規軍を相手に正面切って戦う力はない。
Yeah.
だからあんたたちにかけてるんだ。他力本願だって分かってはいるがな。
他力本願. I don't like this putting all our eggs in your basket. I don't think that's good. This is just we're betting on you, or we're putting our faith in you, our trust in you. Sounds like だからあんたたち。Yeah, it's relying on others' strength. It's like salvation, yeah, depending on someone else. This is like literally just we're putting our faith in you. It's not pushing the responsibility on you. It's like that's why we're relying on you for this.
そんなことはない。これも一つの立派な戦い方だ。
Yeah, they're just adding so much stuff to this. It's like they're saying sorry, we're putting this all on in your hands. And no, that's not true. You're fighting the empire in your own way, or like the way that you fight is just as valid. There's no take pride in that.
ありがとう。実はな、春には子供が生まれるんだ。
Yeah, I don't know if if I would split this into two sentences. I've got a baby on the way. My wife is due in spring. I think I would just go with, actually, my wife is due this spring.
だから春までにどうにか平和にそう思って活動してる。
Yeah, it's like I want this war to be over by then. That's why I'm fighting beside you. It's like the feeling is stronger than just I want the war to be over before then. It's I want to try to end this war before spring.
生まれた子が最初に聞くのは銃声より歌鳥のさえずりの方がいいからな。
So not gunfire. This is so. It's just. It's so awkward. If our baby remembers hearing anything, is such a weird way of phrasing that. 最初聞くのは銃声より歌鳥のさざりの方がいいからな。Yeah, it's like they just changed the phrasing of this so much. It's not if our baby remembers hearing anything from these years. Like, why would you make the sentence so long? Like, I want the first thing my child hears to be, birds singing, not gunfire. That's it. Like, that's it. It's so long. Like, you didn't need to make it this, like, I don't know where this, if our baby remembers hearing anything from these years. There's that line's just not there. It's so awkward. Like, it's such a simple line to say, I want the first thing my child hears to be birds singing, not gunfire. That's it.
大丈夫。きっとそうなるよ。
What do you mean sounds like a good future? What are you talking about? Huh? That doesn't even make sense. That line doesn't even connect. It doesn't even make sense in English. There's no connection. They're not even, yeah. Like, sounds like a good future to me. What are you talking about? Huh? And all he says is, 大丈夫, kitto sou naru yo. I'm sure we can do it. Like, I'm sure we'll end the war by spring. Like, I'm sure that's what will happen. I'm sure that's what it will be. Like, I want the first thing my child hears to be birds singing, not guns firing. Don't worry, I'm sure that's how it will be. Like, I'm sure that's what will happen. Yeah, I'm sure that's what will happen. We'll make it happen. We'll make sure of it. Okay, cool. Finally a gameplay segment. Yeah, we've got plenty of time to do like a mission, I think. As long as this one isn't too long.
よし、マンネル将軍救出作戦の段取りを確認するぞ。
If I remember. I don't remember this mission at all. Perk. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. Where if you call in the medic, they'll shoot him. I forgot about that. Just gotta double check their equipment. Wait, why is she using the ZM car? Oh yeah. That setup doesn't make much sense. Oh, whatever, we'll try it. Empty, that's interesting. T plus 23, 27. I think, yeah. I just gotta make sure that the Kai is on the right. Shots 1. Shots 3. That's really good. I think I'd rather have her on that. 3 shots with the armor versus person 80, range 1000 versus that's actually better, assuming it gets through. We'll try it. I don't think I've ever tried that really. Hartman versus armor. So you're currently on an anti-person? Yeah. Okay, that should be good. From a certain point of view. Yeah, I'm winning. Hope the sword is exploited monster I like. Sounds like a good dream, and we'll be the ones to make it happen. Yeah!
マンネル将軍は視聴者に捕らえられている。帝国と戦い続ける人々のために必ず助け出すぞ。
Wow, it wasn't our allies in the resistance, it was for everyone fighting the Empire, we need to save him.
見ての通り、目標の視聴者は帝国軍の拠点だ。正面から近づくことは難しいだろう。市街地のどこかに潜伏中の同志がいる。接触して協力を得てくれ。ただ、どこに潜伏しているかまでは私も知らされていない。目印の青いバラを探してくれ。その付近で同志が待っているはずだ。頼んだぞ。
Heavy AT cannon, heavy Gatling. No, I don't want that. Let's see what we can do. Like, will this work? 5 to kill. If she gets armor piercing, that could work. Let's see. I'm curious. Yeah, there's like a whole path back here. I'm curious. Nice. Light tank. Light punch. Heavy punch. Can I break this? Oh yeah, I can. Easy peasy McBreezy. Into the sewers. Oh, I don't remember the sewers, but I'm gonna need you to stop doing that. I'm gonna need you to stop doing that. Oh, there's another heavy AT cannon? I didn't know about that. Oh, this'll work. This'll work. Yoink, yoink, yoink. You can fit, slap, say PC, you can fit so many troops in this baby. Then we hit him with a little... Wow, that messed up the camera. How? Grenadier elite sniper. Jesus. I know what to do. Smoke round. You can take the then we take the ladder up there. And that should work. I think I do have to kill this guy though. I think we're gonna have to kill this guy, otherwise he'll just rush the base, right? Like, pretty sure he will just rush the base and I'll lose. 'Cause there's nobody there. Now you just gotta get everybody out of this thing. As long as I get everybody out of this, it should be okay. You wanna die, buddy? How is that 5 to kill from up here? What are you talking about? Okay. Zoop. There we go. Exactly. I mean, we're just doing like blitzkrieg tactics. Can I actually kill you from here? Like, why can't I kill you? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, why was her other scout's damage so low? That's bad. Can't believe she missed all those shots. Oh, I should have taken the base, but maybe they'll waste a CP on the calling in reinforcements. That would be good. Did he just shoot through that and get hit by a tank shell? What the hell? You can't do that. That's illegal. Haha! Gotcha, bitch. Trying to scout rush me. Yes! Now kill! Kill! Hitakusone, you suck. Wait, you could turn that? Oh, okay, that's fine. I didn't think the Kevin Gatling turrets could turn around like that. Holy shit. Wait, why did she die? Huh? Who? I didn't think she was in range for that either. Yeah, I didn't know these guys could turn around like that. Uh-oh. I was trying to avoid this. Violation of our treaty? I don't think that's right. That's more like that's a war crime.
帝国ってのはそもそもがクソの集まりだが、ここにいる連中はその中でもクソ中のクソだぜ。
The Grand Prize? No, I knew the Empire was full of scumbags, but these guys are scumbags among scumbags, something like that. Yeah, he's a real piece of work. Yeah, it is an interesting mechanic.
マンネル将軍を救い出してみせる。
Cheap shots won't stop. I don't think so. I'm going to unable to evacuate. Rescue failed. Okay, but like that just doesn't work. Also, I forget where the actual sniper is. Oh, that's it. It's the medical. Well, that would explain it. Hey, buddy. You want to fucking die? How does that work? I'm going to kill you. Wait, what the? What? Huh? What the fuck? Why did that not do any damage? Huh? She's just gonna get hit by interception fire here. I have to bring Raz up. I don't understand why that didn't kill him. Like, actually, why didn't that kill him?
Yoshi, 衛星兵を狙っていた狙撃手を排除した。もう大丈夫なはずだ。
これで仲間の救助ができる。
That was very odd. I've never seen that happen. Like, the shot marker was just incorrect. What a pain. What a pain. Now imagine if she just got shot again and it was like, whoops. No, no, that's not what I want. There we go. Thank you. Damn, down to 25 HP now. I have to go again with them.
いい匂い。
Okay, calm down. Let's see. Oh, come on, don't do that. Okay. I just gotta move close enough to take out these things. Oh, come on. I think I gotta move the tank up. Probably, yeah. Huh? What? Oh. Bork. I forgot Minerva was there. What in the goddamn? What was shooting counterfire at me? It wasn't you. Oh, it was you. Damn.
とまずいかもな。俺を誰だと思ってやがれ。
a little bit here. Nope, a little bit. Nope, just a little bit. I can get both of them in one go if we do this. Damn. I have to take out that guy as well, otherwise we're in big trouble. And I don't want to be in big trouble. Yeah, this ain't the best. Ah, fuck. Well, I don't think that Gatling gun can get me from there, so... he's really not close enough to do anything for that. That ought to be good enough. Yeah, there we go. It's gonna be a bit awkward here. Oh, they have a tank back there? Shit. I might need to bring in some Lancers, actually. That is the second time Ross has been hit by a tank shell. Uh-oh. Oh, okay, that's fine. Oh, it's not fine. That's like all of my elite troops. That's unfortunate. I think you are supposed to like go around the backside, but I don't know if I ever did that when playing this. I'm kind of ignoring the entire, like, get help from the resistance mechanic. Whoops. Probably shouldn't have ignored that mechanic, honestly. Probably not. That won't even deal the damage needed to do it. That's crazy. No, no. Okay, that's enough of that, please. Thank you. Okay.
しょうがないわね。さあ行くわよ。衛生兵。
Bork, Bork.
頑張りなさいよ。
待ってよ、今そちらに向かう。
楽勝ね。
よくやった。さすがだ。
Okay, that ought to work. I think. Next time I can just bust through with the tank. Yeah, I should be able to just run up and bust through, ignoring the entire mechanic. Yo, what up, Barry? What up? Oh, great. No, we're just gonna lose. Oh, for fuck's sake. They just have a scout in the back. Oh my god. I hate that. Perfect timing. Let's go back to book mode. I'm not gonna play through this whole thing again. We'll do this at the start of next stream. For now, let's move on to the next section of the stream. Because it's about 2:40, been about 2 hours and 44 minutes, so we'll move to the next part. And ignore that ever happened. Okay. Time to talk about all of the bad things we saw today. Let me add them to the slideshow. It's weird that I have to add them individually. It won't let me just add the, Oh, hold on. Is that working? Oh, it did add them automatically. Okay. Let's see, as long as, did I add this one? As long as you're here, I'm good. Yes, I did. Return. Practically a one-man inquisition. Okay, let's add this one. You. Okay. Let's see. How many do we have? 1. Huh? Where'd it go? Huh? Okay, there we go. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 entries. These ones have mostly been picked for not as strong of reasons, but they're worth going over, I think, primarily because they highlight some of the differences in the language. So, like, there's some big differences between how English and Japanese handle, like, pronouns. I mean, people seem to enjoy this part of the stream more than anything, so I'm happy to talk about stuff in more detail. I think it's better than just going into, like, just kind of breezing through everything. So if we go back through and talk about some of the actual details of stuff, I think that works better. I have to find Ishi. Or maybe it's Mizukara. Can't find the... Ah, okay. Yeah. Found it. I found it. It was Mizukara. Okay, so this one in Japanese, let me just copy and paste it for you. Will it come back for us? So here we go. I think that ought to be good. Make it smaller. Wait. Sonotoki ni matsu. Will it come back for us? Hold on. Kimi no tanami. I think. Yeah, here it is. Ware no tame ni. Sorry, I copied the wrong section. Sorry about that. There we go. Okay. So, 戻ってくれるでしょうか? 我々のために. So you notice that there's absolutely no pronouns in this section here. It is just like giving the literal read that people talk about all the time. You know, like I just want a one-to-one translation kind of thing. This is literally just will come back for us, for our sake. There's no pronouns at all. There's no it, there's no he, there's no she, there's no they. That's a very common feature of Japanese. There's no pronouns indicated. So it makes it a lot easier to hide someone's identity while you're speaking. Especially like over the phone. You know, there's been a lot of times when I'm doing business stuff and I don't know, you know, the sex of the person that I'm talking to through email just from their name, because I only get their last name. So it's like Yamada, right? So if I'm talking to Yamada and I'm like, you know, moshi moshi Yamada-san wa irasshaimasu deshoka, then there's no indication whatsoever of whether that's a man, a woman, at all. You don't know. So this is hiding the true nature of the source of power from the engine, which is the little girl Angie. But in English, they've had to make a compromise and say, do you think it will return soon? Will it come back for us, right? And this gives it an air of like inhumanity, which is yet to be borne out. Like, are they really talking about a little girl as if she is an inanimate object? We don't know. The point being here is that in the Japanese, that implication is not there. There's no implication so far that they're going to treat this little girl as an inanimate object. So you have to balance that and try and hide the true nature of what's going on with the intended like payoff of having the reveal be a little bit of a surprise. Like most players, I feel like at this point would be able to kind of guess. You know, this little girl shows up, she's a Valkryia, she doesn't have any memories, the main reactor doesn't work, the door is open, we can kind of, you know, guess where this is going. But the reveal is meant to be a little bit more of a surprise, like, oh, they're using a Valkryia like a nuclear reactor stand-in. That makes sense. Like, that's kind of an interesting concept to go with. But this, in the English, makes Brian and the captain seem a little less sympathetic, because they're talking about her as if she is an object. But that's not the implication in the Japanese. So for this, we might go with something like, that will happen if, you know, I wonder if that will happen. You really have to like rephrase it completely. Like, you know, for something like, right? So something like, I wonder if that will happen for our sakes. I hope it does. Like, I hope, because the implication is, you know, they're wondering if she will come back for the sake of the ship, for the sake of people, everyone there. So if you kind of rephrase it to, you know, I wonder if that will happen. Like, it has to, the previous line is talking about she has to return of her own free will. You can kind of get around that by phrasing it as like, I've heard that it has to, you know, activate of its own free will, or something like that. This whole section needs kind of a rework in English to be more comprehensible and less, you know, awkward for an English speaker to read. This is another one. Yeah, you need to have it like without pronouns or any use of it, because the it dehumanizes her and it's not clear that that's what's happening, right? So here's the line for this one. But if I told you what I do know, it would only hurt you, so I can't. I think that this is awkwardly phrased, because it's not what I know. It's more like, if I said everything, it would hurt. It would only hurt everyone, so I can't. So I can't. So right now I can't. So this is another one that I think just kind of needs some reworking in English to fit kind of the tone. I'm not fully sure how to handle this section, because it's kind of there's a difference between, how do I describe it? Ieru is like can say. Yeah, can't versus won't. She's saying can't. So it's ienai is can't. It's like unable. But there's different sources of where that unable comes from in Japanese. Like, and it's also minna ga kurushimu koto ni naru. It's not just you. It wouldn't hurt you. It would hurt everyone. Ieba minna. Minna is everyone. Minna ga kurushimu koto ni naru. So let me think. It would only hurt everyone here. Yeah, I feel like if I explained everything, so I just can't right now, something like this, or even like even changing this to so please is closer to the imo wa ienai, right? Is like I can't. The emotion here is like painful. It's not just I can't say it, it's imawa, which is like for right now, I can't. You could even phrase this as like, I don't want to hurt everyone here, or I don't want to put us in danger. The sentiment is there. So my main issue with this section is not necessarily the words, it's the it's the timing and like the phrasing. But if I told you what I do know, it would only hurt you, so I can't. Like, so I can't is too definitive. It's too fast, right? It's just like, so I can't. It should be like, it would only hurt everyone here if I explained everything, so please. You know, like, she's kind of trailing off. She's kind of has internal conflict. And you have to really represent that in the line. This one is more simple. We have to deal with pudding, right? Is it pudding? I forget, how do they... Wow, do they really use pudding? Oh, it is really pudding. That's so weird. Sometimes pudding is pudding. 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 Instead of, let's see, pudding. I should probably get rid of this. It would only hurt everyone here, so please, no pudding. Here we go. Here's the Japanese. Well, no, this is actually interesting because she's kind of quoting. And it's also actually another interesting part here because in Japanese, a lot of times in written speak, so like, let me see if I can bring up another text box or open this text box. When you're writing out dialogue, the actual line or the actual word here that gets used from reiri is in katakana, right? This one, this pudding. Can I change the color? Oh, it changes the whole thing. Cool, I didn't want that. Right, so yeah, the fact that Angie has it in hiragana shows that it's both childish and that she's unfamiliar with the term. So she's kind of saying it in a more unfamiliar way. So the proper way to write it is in katakana because it's a loan word. But she's writing it in hiragana for the text of the dialogue, showing unfamiliarity. So that's probably why they got this I love pudding. Like, because it's kono pudding. Like, she's saying it as if she doesn't really know what it is because she doesn't. Sugoku sugoku oishii yo. So another way to render this would be this pudding thing is really, really good. Or pudding is really, really good. Or it's really, really tasty. I don't like I love pudding because, you know, she doesn't say that. But the sentiment here is it's something you're supposed to feel some major amount of sympathy for a child who has never had like a dessert. That's the kind of idea. Something like this. You could even throw the quotes around and then make sure that like the voice actress does a good job of enunciating pudding in a way that makes it sound like unfamiliar, like this pudding stuff is really, really good. Something like that. I just don't like I love pudding because it doesn't play well with the previous conversation. This one I think is just horrifically bad. Yo. Here's the line in Japanese. それがわからないウォリス君ではありませんよ. This is just completely opposite. Like, I do hope Mr. Wallace is aware of that. それがわからないウォリス君ではありませんよ. There's really not much to discuss here, other than it's just wrong completely. This is just a literal read, right? So there's no way Mr. Wallace does not understand that. How I would render this is Wallance. Because this is, you know, それがわからないウォーレス君ではありませんよ. The yo here is emphatic, that is, relaying information to another person. So it's kind of like, I am assuming that I'm letting you know that I have confidence in what I'm saying. But yeah, so this one is just completely backwards. This is the giving and receiving words. I don't know if they use the kanji for it. They probably didn't. Sometimes you use the kanji. Kimi ga... I can't find the line. それでいい. Where is the line for this? I think I can find it with gu. Yeah, here we go. I think, hold on. Ah, here it is. Okay. Here we go. Yep. お前が言ってくれればそれでいいか. Right. So this 言ってくれれば is quite literally, if you give me the benefit of your presence, that is good. So there's giving and receiving words in Japanese. There's ageru, kureru, morao, itadaku, a couple of different variations of those. They all have specific directions. So like in English, we just say give, like I gave it to him, he gave it to me. It's all the same. Japanese doesn't work that way. So if I give you something, then I ageru, like I hon o ageru, like I give it to you. But if you give me something, then it's either kureru or morao, like hon kureta, they gave me a book. You can't use ageru for giving that is from someone else to you. Well, sorry, there's a whole lot of exceptions and a whole lot of like agete kureta. Like there's a lot of weird ways that it can go, but the point being is that you can ascribe benefit by using a giving or receiving word. So like if, for example, you are really thirsty and someone gives you a glass of water, you can say mizu o kureta, like they gave me water. The gerund here where you itte is like iru, and then the construction is kureru. So it's the giving, it's like a beneficial. So it's not just as long as you're here with me, I'm good. It's like it's because you're here with me, I'm good. It's stronger than just as long as you're here with me, I'm good. It's like a since, it's a because, it's stronger than just as long as you're here with me, I'm good. I would almost go with because you're here with me, I'll be okay. Oh my god. As long as you're here with me. Yeah, I would go with I'll be okay rather than I'm good. As long as you'll be here with me. You really want to connect the ideas, right? There's a connection between like itte kureru and sore ga ii. Sore ga ii, sore de ii ka. Omae ga itte kurereba, sore de ii ka. Like, as long as you'll be here with me, I'll be okay. You really want to assign like more of a feeling to that rather than just as long as you're here, I'm good. Like, it's for my benefit, as long as you're here with me, that I'll be good. This one is just like, I don't know how to draw on the screen, but it's just not. They just invented stuff. Is it back? Find the line so I can copy it. Yeah, here it is. Okay. 指揮を取るのはレジスタンス狩りで悪名高いバークス少佐だからね。Like that, all it is the one leading the investigation is infamous. I mean, it's the garbage translation for the of the day. Real Major Burke is heading up the investigation. He's an infamous resistance hunter. That's it. It's just, I don't know why they invent these things. Like a real witch hunter, practically one-man inquisition. I guess the thing to talk about here is like the idea that you can insert those two concepts is quite a leap, right? Witch hunting and Inquisition are two ideas. Like, you can't just casually do that, you know what I mean? You cannot just say, oh yeah, witch hunting is a thing that exists in this universe, and Inquisition is a thing that exists in this universe. Those are two ideas that don't necessarily exist. So a real witch hunter, practically a one-man inquisition. Like, we have no idea if anything resembling the Spanish Inquisition exists in this universe. So you're inherently calling to mind something that is not necessarily existent in the story to make a reference to something in the story. So you're adding flavor through implication, but that implication might not necessarily be true. Well, they do say witches. That's been brought up before. Like, witch hunter would be fine because they've said, well, not necessarily. We don't know if witch hunters would be fine because we don't know if Valkryia were, like, in the past ever existed as witches. We don't know that, but they do say, like, majo. Majo has been said. But the issue here is that witch hunter calls to mind our idea of hunting witches, and Inquisition is a very loaded word. Not to mention, I mean, when you get right down to it, the biggest thing is these things don't exist. Yeah, it's like the opposite of VC1 when they removed the bit about the ore and fuel, right? So, oil and fuel, yeah. It's the opposite. Because in VC1, I don't know if you're just watching this, in VC1 they had a whole line about Ragnite being, Ragnite shortages leading to fossil fuels being used more, which is really interesting. Like, oil exists, but they just don't use it because it's not nearly as good as Ragnite. That's a very interesting, like, idea. And they just kind of cut that out. In this, they've just added a real witch hunter, practically a one-man inquisition. It's just not there. Like, that, when it comes down to it, that's the biggest issue. The line is just not there. This is just, arigato, o-nee-chan. Lady o-nee-chan. Huh. Is it one? Weird. Oh, maybe it's the kanji. Yeah. Sometimes they use the kanji, sometimes they don't. Yeah. Yeah, here's the line. This just brings up an interesting use of o-nee-chan. So Angie starts calling Lady o-nee-chan instead of Lady, and sometimes she says Lady o-nee-chan. And in Japanese, as I'm sure most people who are watching this are aware, you know, things like oni-chan, oni-san, ni-san, o-nee-chan, nee-chan, things like that are used as kind of terms of endearment, but they also get used when like somebody doesn't know your name. Like the other day when I went to the convenience store, I think I left behind some change, like 100 yen, and the cashier came out, and as I was leaving, because I didn't realize I had left it, they don't know my name, so they just said choto ni-san, like they don't actually mean like big brother, but it's just a way to refer to somebody who is like an adult, but not like an older person. So they were like choto ni-san, like oni-san, like that. They just say that as a way to kind of get someone's attention. So it can also be used as a term of endearment from like a child who is not related to you. You know, they're treating you as like an authority figure, someone who's someone who they're holding in higher esteem than normal. English really doesn't have a good analog to this, and it's something that translators struggle with a lot. You know, there's classic cases of like, oh, big bro being added. I'm not a fan of them. I think that the best way to go about it is to rely on the vocal performance and implication and like speaking style, rather than trying to make it explicit. I think it just takes it out. The only times when I think you could do it is basically when it's diegetically Japanese. So if it's a Japanese story set in Japan, like Persona or something like that, I don't think it's a big deal to leave it in. Like leaving in Oni-chan in the dialogue is fine, because it's such a cultural signifier that it kind of needs to be mentioned when it's Japanese. But neither of these characters are Japanese, right? Lady isn't Japanese, Angie isn't Japanese. Nobody here is Japanese. So the information being portrayed doesn't have anything to do with Japan itself or Japanese culture. It's just a function of the language, not the culture. So since it's a language function, not a cultural function, then you need to make an adjustment to make it understandable without, you know, leaving in o-nee-chan or something like that. And I think they've done a good job for the most part, but there was one time when they changed it to like big sister, which I don't necessarily agree with. So, but this one's okay. Thank you, Riley, I think is actually good in terms of how I would handle this. So they get a pass. So maybe we remove this one from the count. We'll change it to 6 for good behavior. So let's see. 6 for good behavior. Oh, that's a thing in Arabic too. That's interesting. Okay, well, that actually went longer than I was expecting for this time. So I think for today we'll leave it off. I might play some more Delta Hawk Force extraction shooter memes with Dan and another friend on Twitch. But yeah, we're holding off on IRL for tomorrow. I'm gonna finish. I've got my GoPro footage to upload for the motorcycle stuff from last week, not yesterday. Jeez. And then yeah, I'm gonna start getting ready for the next IRL thing, which will probably be Fuji or the beach or Yakushima, whichever one comes first, because it's still 97 degrees out. Yeah, and yesterday would have been metal, but it didn't actually rain that much yesterday. It kind of stormed a little bit, but it wasn't too bad, not near me anyway. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, everybody. I will see you guys later at the next one. Thank you. Go home. Bye. Get out of here. Bye. Get out of here. Get out of here. Leave now. Leave. Get out. Bye. Okay, bye. See you. Bye.